the scale of chord, and I'll be using the scale of chord to draw 15 degrees, 35 degrees, 75 degrees, and 115 degrees. So how do I come across about that? I'll draw a straight line. I'll draw a straight line. Draw a straight line. Six centimeters long. Draw a straight line 6 centimeters long. Draw a straight line center B and radius AB. Draw an arc. Draw an arc. I seen that. Now, so this point is C. Now with center A and radius AC, you will draw another arc. With center C and radius AC, you draw another arc coming down. That arc is coming down to cut at point D. This is D. So I'll extend my line to meet with that point. I'll extend AB to meet at D. You can see that. So at this point, I'll be drawing scales. At a convenient angle. I'll be drawing scales. See that? You're meant to use a divider here, but for clarity, I'll be using compass. So pick your compass, put your compass to a convenient radius. And divide this line into 6 equal parts for this side. For AB, divide into 6 equal parts. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So these are the 6 divisions of AB. You also have to, you can number it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Join the last point 6 to B. Then draw parallel lines. But if I go to draw my parallel lines, I also apply the same stepping out on my point B. From B, also step out here again. This one will be 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Then I'll join my last point to D. See that? Then I'll be drawing lines. I'll be drawing parallel lines to this. So I'll be drawing my parallel lines. I'll still be applying the same process here. You can see that. So I have here 1, 2, 3. Now, since I'm drawing a scale of chord of 5 degrees, what I'll be doing, every point here, I'll try to divide it into 2. That means here, which is A1. So for degree, now this is 10 degrees. So I have my 10 degrees, 20 degrees, 30, 40, 50. This is 60. This point 70. This point 80. And this is 90 degrees. So for me to get my 5 degrees each, I'll be dividing each distance into 2 to get 5 degrees. So you do that conveniently. I seen that. So I have my 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, and so on. Get your compass. With center A, I'll be drawing arcs from 5 degrees. I will draw arcs in this manner. Then 10. See that? 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. You can see that. 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, and 90. So you have this division. You can see that well stated. So at this point, we want to pick 45 degrees, isn't it? So I'll be marking the first point, which is 15 degrees. You can see it here. The first point is 15 degrees. Pick it out clearly. So I'll be picking my angles 15 degrees, 35, 75, and 105. But before I pick this one, I will teach how to pick this. But let's pick 15, 35, and 75 on this. So here, this is 5, 10, 15. So this point is my 15 degrees. 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. This is my 35 degrees. 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75. This is my 75 degrees. So I'll be picking this point, 15, 35, 75. So how do I come about drawing? How do I use this scale of chord as an aid to draw these angles? I will draw another line here. Since this line AB is 60 millimeters, I'll be making this one to be 120 millimeters. I'll be making this 120 millimeters. Then I pick the center which is 60 of it. taking the center at 60, I'll be drawing an arc to form a semicircle. I will draw an arc. This is the arc for me, the semicircle. This is the arc for me, the semicircle. Now, I'm to pick. So let's name here. Let's name here B. This is A. And we can call here C. So what I'll be doing is I'll pick the radius. I'll pick the radius for 15 degrees first, which is this. We take my from A to 15. Is it A to 15? This is A to 15. That's my 15 degrees. With center A, I'll cut the arc, the semicircle. At that point, then I draw a straight line from that point to B. You can see that. Now the next one is 35. So I'll take A, the radius A, 35. Radius A, 35. That's radius A, 35. Now we center A, I cut the arc. Then I draw a straight line from B to A, to that point. Draw with a straight line. That's a straight line for A35. Now the next one is A75, which is this 75. Is this. So I pick the radius A75. Now with center A, I cut the semicircle. Then I'll draw a straight line to join it. Then the last one is 115 degrees. How do I get 115 degrees? Now 180, I have 180 minus 115 degrees. I see that 180 degrees minus 115 degrees will give me 65 degrees. It will give me 65 degrees. 65 degrees. So what I'll be doing, I'll be picking 65 degrees on my scale. Pick 65 degrees. After picking 65 degrees, I won't place it on A at this point because it's greater than 90, which is supposed to be this point. So I'll place it on C as my center. Then I cut the semicircle at that point. Then I draw a straight line. Can see that. So let me draw arcs to show angles. This is 15. This is 15. This is 35. This is 75. And this is 115. So from this point to this point is 15 degrees. From this point to this point is 35 degrees. From this point to this point is 75 degrees. And from this point to this point is 115 degrees. Can you see that? So this is how to use a scale of chord. So this is how to use a scale of chord. This is a scale of chord. How to use a scale of chord to get 5 degrees each. using a scale of chord of 5 degrees. Scale of chord, of 5 degrees to obtain these angles 15, 35, 75 and 115 degrees. So this is my scale of chord, and I use it to get the angles 15 degrees, 35 degrees, 75 degrees and 115 degrees.